Okay, look, this never happened. Do you understand me?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the moments on the Big Bang Theory that took an unexpected quantum leap and hit us like a sudden burst of static electricity.
Will you marry me?
Number 20. Sheldon hugs Penny. It's the holiday season, so Penny swings by to drop off some neighborly gifts and gets an earful from Sheldon.
You haven't given me a gift. You've given me an obligation.
Don't feel bad, Penny. It's a classic rookie mistake. My first Hanukkah with Sheldon, he yelled at me for 8 nights.
He spends the rest of the episode obsessing over the perfect gift to reciprocate, only to learn that no size or number of bath item gift sets could possibly match what Penny got him. What she thinks is just a sweet little souvenir means so much more to him.
All I need is a healthy ovum, and I can grow my own Leonard Nimoy.
All I'm giving you is the napkin, Sheldon.
While all the gift sets in the world may not be enough to show his full gratitude, Sheldon finds a priceless way to thank her. Until now, we didn't even think Sheldon knew what a hug was, let alone how to give one.
Leonard, look, Sheldon's hugging me.
It's a Saturnalia miracle.
Number 19. The comic book store burns down. As the series progressed, Stewart's luck only got worse, but it truly felt like rock bottom when the comic book store burned down.
I was cooking in the back room last night and the hot plate caught on fire.
And you couldn't put it out.
I was across the street at the do-it-yourself car wash taking a shower.
Poor Stewart. This store was everything to him. And now it's all gone, scorched, and ruined. To make matters worse, Sheldon shows up and isn't exactly comforting.
I don't mean to be rude, Sheldon, but my life is kind of falling apart right now.
Your life? The university is making me do string theory. And my girlfriend loves me so much, she wants to live with me.
While Stewart continues to pack up what's left of the merchandise, a light beam falls, missing him by inches. It's a devastating event, and instead of offering support, his friends just make things worse. Honestly, we're not sure what's more shocking. Stewart losing his livelihood and home, or how his so-called friends seem to make him feel even more miserable.
Did you do this for the insurance money?
No, God, you sound like the police, the firemen, my parents, my therapist, and the insurance company.
Number 18. Leonard's dad and Sheldon's mom leave together. Anytime Beverly and Mary visit their sons at the same time is absolutely hilarious. Add an ex-husband to the mix, and things are bound to get interesting.
Sheldon tells me your husband's coming.
My ex-husband.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't be.
All right.
While Leonard's parents can hardly stand to be in the same room, Leonard's father, Alfred, surprisingly hits it off with Mary. When a celebratory dinner takes a frosty turn, Alfred calls it a night, and Mary decides to join him.
Well, Phil, I will see you all in the morning.
Would you like to share a cab?
That would be fine.
Where are you staying?
I'm at the Westin.
Well, so am I. Can I interest you in a nightcap?
I think that you could.
Leonard's dad and Sheldon's mom hooking up? Definitely not on our bingo card for this series. While they probably didn't share more than a conversation, the idea that Leonard and Sheldon could one day be stepbrothers certainly took us all by surprise.
So did you defile my mother or not?
You're being rude.
Look, if I may, I can assure you, your mother and I did nothing more than share a cab and a conversation.
Number 17. Professor Proton passes away. We first meet Arthur Jeffries, aka Professor Proton, in Season 6. He popped in and out of the gang's lives, becoming a beloved figure, especially for Sheldon. So when Leonard broke the news that Professor Proton had passed away in the following season, it was as heartbreaking for us as it was for them.
I just read online that Arthur Jeffries passed away.
Professor Proton is dead?
Sorry, buddy.
This loss, however, allowed Arthur's character to evolve into a mentor of sorts for Sheldon. Despite the humor in these moments, we were still taken aback by the decision to take his story in this direction.
It's like all the men I've looked up to have gone away.
You know, it's okay to be sad about them.
But what really shocked us was Sheldon finally letting out his true feelings when Leonard checked on him later.
Told some great stories about him. Did you know that Arthur's son is a high school son?
Number 16. Leonard's wedding day confession. After putting off wedding plans, Penny and Leonard decide to elope in Vegas.
I'm free tonight.
You saying you want to get married?
Vegas isn't that far away.
I'm in. Let's do it.
On the drive up, they talk about their relationship and excitement for the future. Only Leonard decides now is the time to come clean about the past.
What did you do?
Nothing. Really, it was just kissing.
And then what?
And then nothing. I stopped it.
Since it's basically a running joke that Penny's out of his league, no one expected him to be the one who kissed someone else while they were together. Still, the wedding goes on, but Penny just can't get past it. Ultimately, Sheldon offers a solution to help them move on.
Because I messed up and made out with a girl, you're gonna do the same with a random guy?
I'm currently single.
That's true, you are.
What is happening?
Even though it turns out to just be Leonard's subconscious at work, our jaws still hit the floor. Number 15. Amy lashes out on Nobel rivals. When Amy and Sheldon meet the scientists who proved their asymmetry theory, they're shocked to learn that their shot at the Nobel is all thanks to a fluke.
You weren't even thinking about super asymmetry?
Thinking about it? We don't even understand it.
As the Fermilab duo gets all the attention, Amy and Sheldon, the actual brains behind the theory, feel sidelined and increasingly frustrated. Now, given Sheldon's history, we all expected him to blow his lid eventually. Come on, Sheldon Lee Cooper doesn't like to share credit, let alone watch someone else take it all. What we didn't see coming, though, was Amy being the one to lose it first.
Yet somehow we still feel like imposters. There should be a term for that.
Oh, for crying out loud, there is a term for that! It's called imposter syndrome, and you don't have it, because you can't have it if you are imposters, and you are!
We're not saying the Fermilab guys didn't deserve every word, but yikes, talk about making a scene.
So if anyone's gonna feel like they have imposter syndrome, it's us, because we're not imposters! They are! You're imposters, and you're frauds!
Number 14. Leonard's bad proposal timing. If you've ever imagined the perfect proposal, you might picture a stunning location, a cozy candlelit dinner, or even a flashy public flash mob. But proposing mid-coitus?
It just came out. People say weird things during sex all the time.
Okay, well they sure as hell don't say that.
Well, it's the heat of the moment.
No, the heat of the moment is, oh yeah, just like that. Not, will you marry me?
Yeah, we don't imagine too many people fantasizing about that being the setting for this life-changing moment. Sure, we get it was the heat of the moment, but is it any wonder Penny freaked out? It becomes the first of many proposals, and not just from Leonard.
Leonard Hofstetter, will you marry me? Did you seriously just say,
In fact, it happened often enough that we just assumed they'd never take the leap. Yet when Leonard finally proposed with the ring he'd been carrying around, something felt different. Still, we were completely stunned when Penny said yes.
Penny, will you marry me?
Oh my God, yes.
Number 13. Howard and Raj find Sheldon a girlfriend. When we first started watching the series, if someone had told us Sheldon would not only meet a great woman but marry her and start a family, we'd have laughed it off as some alternate reality.
You know what would be fun? Signing Sheldon up for online dating.
Yeah, right.
No, think about it. We make it an experiment. Like when Frankenstein's monster was lonely and he found a wife.
Perhaps when Howard and Raj decided to play matchmaker for Sheldon, they opened that vortex. It seemed impossible that someone could be the perfect match for such a unique guy.
Holy crap.
What?
We finally have proof that aliens walk among us.
Excuse me?
The dating site matched a woman with Sheldon.
Enter Amy Farrah Fowler. From the off, it's clear she's a fantastic fit for him. Even Howard and Raj can't believe what they're witnessing.
Before this goes any further, you should know that all forms of physical contact up to and including coitus are off the table.
May I buy you a beverage?
Tepid water, please.
After Sheldon and Amy break up, they manage to help him find another match. Turns out, lightning can strike twice.
I knew I had to meet the person responsible for such a brilliant idea. And I don't need to tell you, there aren't a lot of men who love physics, archaic languages, and flags of the world.
I am a bit of a unicorn.
Number 12, Sheldon and Amy's first kiss. You'd think a train enthusiast like Sheldon would consider a Valentine's Day evening on a train the perfect plan.
I'm still unclear how this trip is supposed to be enjoyable for me.
We're going to have Valentine's Day dinner on a fully functioning vintage train.
But he'd probably have enjoyed it just as much if Amy wasn't there. Maybe even more so. Amy gets fed up with being ignored all night and confronts Sheldon.
Why are you still here?
Excuse me? I think you're being a little rude.
I'm being rude? You've been rude to me this entire evening.
How is that possible? I've hardly spoken to you since we got on the train.
We totally understand her frustration, but his, not so much. Still, it leads to their first kiss, which was a shocker.
Now let's gaze into each other's eyes. You blinked, I win. Let's see what's next. Oh, kissing's romantic.
Sheldon leans in, and to our astonishment, he actually enjoys it. This wasn't the only time Sheldon took the first step in his relationship with Amy. Just as she gears up to tell Sheldon how she feels about him, he beats her to it.
I want you to know that you don't have to say it back. I know you're not ready, and I don't want you to say it just because social convention dictates that
I love you too.
Number 11, the elevator gets fixed. The broken elevator was one of the most iconic running gags of the series.
Oh, we have to use the stairs.
When are they going to fix your elevator?
Any day now.
We learn that Leonard is essentially responsible for his neighbors having to climb multiple flights of stairs every day. For 12 seasons, we kept wondering why no one ever pushed to get it fixed. Yet, as the series finale neared, we held out hope that we'd finally see someone ride it. We have expected this moment, but that didn't make it any less surprising when those doors opened.
Can you believe it? They finally fixed the elevator.
Sheldon doesn't take the change too well because, well, he's Sheldon. Eventually, even he has to admit that hitching a ride up to the apartment isn't that bad.
Yeah, the elevator did work when I moved into the building, so going up and down the stairs was a change. Which means this would actually be a return to the status quo. But conversely, I think...
Number 10, Penny's pregnancy. In the season 12 episode, The Procreation Calculation, Penny shares her feelings about motherhood.
Wait, what if we didn't have kids?
Ever?
I mean, our life is so great. Why would we want to change that?
So we certainly weren't expecting her to announce that she's pregnant in the series finale. She had shown audiences that not everyone has parental instincts, and that's okay. Some even felt that her pregnancy was a disservice to the character and to the fans who she'd helped feel seen.
Someone's gonna figure it out. Why don't we just tell people?
No, it's too early. I haven't even wrapped my head around it.
My head is wrapped.
Yeah, well, if something else had been wrapped, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Still, while Penny voices apprehension about the road ahead, she seemingly accepted this plot twist in her life plan.
Do you wanna?
Well, I can't get more pregnant.
The creators explained that this decision was their way of honoring Penny and Leonard's relationship. After all, remember what Leonard told Sheldon in the pilot? Sheldon sure does.
He said to me that their babies would be smart and beautiful. And now that they're expecting, I have no doubt that that will be the case.
Number 9, Penny breaks up with Leonard. Remember when Will Wheaton manipulated Penny into breaking up with Leonard just to win a bowling match? To be fair, the cracks in the relationship were already there after Leonard dropped the L-bomb, and Penny wasn't ready to say it back.
I said I love you, and you said thank you, good night.
Don't push it, Leonard.
I am not pushing anything.
You are. You don't get to decide when I'm ready to say I love you.
Since Leonard wouldn't drop it, we weren't sure the relationship would survive the episode anyway. But Wheaton gives Penny that final nudge to call it quits.
Yeah, I wish that she had just broken up with me right there. Put me out of my misery.
Really?
Yeah, it would have been kinder.
Well, you're up.
Oh, that's me.
Watching her run off in tears was a major blow. It's not the only time her emotional walls left our jaws hanging either. In fact, we don't think anyone was more taken aback than Penny when she finally told Leonard she loves him several seasons later.
No, that's the first time you ever said that you love me.
Yeah.
Number 8. Howard has a half-brother? Howard's upset after Sheldon unearths a letter from his estranged father and shares its contents with their friends. To make it up to him, the gang presents Howard with several possible narratives, only one of which is true.
It was a letter explaining that your dad wasn't who he said he was. Eventually, his other life caught up to him, and the only way to keep you and your mom safe was to leave.
However, none of them mention another family or any half-siblings. So when a young man turned up at the door claiming that he and Howard share a father, we were pretty shocked.
Are you saying you're my half-brother?
I think so. Bernadette, weird things are happening out here!
Although not nearly as half as astonished as Howard. After a rocky start, Howard and his half-brother Josh get to know each other and even bond.
I can't believe my brother's an astronaut. That's amazing. What was it like?
Listen, dude, it's time for you to hit the road.
Hey, the young man asked a good question.
So it was equally as surprising that Josh seemingly exited Howard's life as quickly as he entered it. Number 7. Sheldon Double crosses his friends. In the season 10 episode The Gyroscopic Collapse, Leonard, Sheldon, and Howard are devastated after the military suddenly kicks them off their gyroscopic project without any warning. And while that was a significant blow, it was arguably dwarfed by Sheldon's betrayal a season later.
Better not be working on our project because we're a team.
Leonard, there is no I in team. However, there is an I in I'm working with the military and you're not.
Leonard discovers Sheldon has been working with the military behind his and Howard's backs. Were we shocked that Sheldon selfishly sold out his friends? No, not really.
You know what? You like to think that you're just like Tesla, but the truth is you're exactly like Edison.
You take that back.
No, he's right.
Actually, given his record with secret keeping, we're amazed he held on to this one for as long as he did. Still, we did not see this coming.
Can you believe they said I was just like Edison? Yeah, and in front of a lady, no less.
Well, you are building on their work and taking the credit for it. That's a classic Edison move.
Sheldon is such an Edison. Number 6. Raj speaks to Penny. For the first half of the series, Raj's selective mutism prevented him from speaking to women. Well, not without some liquid courage.
One day I'm a carefree bachelor, and the next I'm married and driving a minivan to Pee Wee cricket matches in suburban New Delhi.
Are you talking to me?
But that all changes after he experiences heartbreak when his girlfriend Lucy dumps him via text. Later on, Penny tries to console him and reassure him that his emotions are heightened by alcohol. And that's when he drops a major revelation that had us rewinding to make sure we'd heard him correctly.
I am unlovable.
That's just the booze talking.
No, it's not. I haven't had a drink since last night.
Not only is this a huge moment for the character, but it hit us practically in every field.
You're talking to me.
I am. And I'm crying for a whole different reason.
Much like Penny and Raj, we felt happy and emotional. But above it all, we were utterly stunned. Number 5. Amy confronts Sheldon. Season 12 documented Sheldon and Amy's turbulent path to winning a Nobel Prize. So we were pleasantly surprised when the call finally came.
We won.
Oh my God.
However, Sheldon soon mars the celebrations with his selfish and egotistical behavior. While this is hardly out of character, we were astounded when Amy finally called him out.
But it's not more important than our friends.
How can you call them friends when they're abandoning us?
They're abandoning us because you broke their hearts.
Usually, she's very gentle with him or chooses to overlook his eccentricities. But not this time. This time, she lets him have it and doesn't hold back.
You never mean to. It's the only reason people tolerate you.
Does that include you?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sheldon's so taken aback that for the first time, he genuinely begins to self-reflect. His introspective Nobel acceptance speech was something none of us could have foreseen.
I apologize if I haven't been the friend you deserve. But I want you to know, in my way, I love you all.
Number 4, Raj and Penny sleep together. Most of us know that feeling when life's got us down, and we look for a quick fix to get those endorphins flowing. Penny's feeling upset about Leonard and Priya's relationship, and Raj is sick of hearing his friend and sister getting it on.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
I screwed up. Leonard's a great guy. Never should have broken up with him.
The pair airs their grievances over some wine. One thing leads to another, and we didn't know how this night would end, but we can guarantee this wouldn't have cracked our top 10 guesses.
Oh, God. Oh, God!
To make matters worse, Penny doesn't even manage to sneak out unnoticed. The most hilarious part, however, is Penny's shock and annoyance that Raj still can't speak to her.
Okay, look, this never happened. Do you understand me? Really? Still can't talk to me?
Number 3, Howard's mom dies. When Carol Ann Susie, who so memorably voiced Mrs. Wallowitz, passed away, we braced ourselves for an emotional farewell. And although we knew it was coming, it didn't make the moment any less shocking or heartbreaking.
That was my aunt. Ma took a nap. She never woke up.
Showrunner Steve Milaro shared how important it was for them to honor their friend and colleague and give her the send-off she deserved. Indeed, it's a beautiful tribute that shows how loved she was by everyone on the show. Sheldon even has an out-of-character moment that surprised us all, but was incredibly heartwarming.
What?
When I lost my own father, I didn't have any friends to help me through it. You do.
Plus, Leonard's toast at the end of the episode gave the viewers the space to grieve alongside the cast.
Loving mother to all of us. We'll miss you.
Number 2, Sheldon proposes. When we first met Sheldon, his odds of engaging in an intimate relationship were practically non-existent. So, as we mentioned earlier, every new milestone with Amy felt groundbreaking, from their first kiss to their first I love yous to their first time.
We don't want to spoil anything, but you should know that Sheldon said he's ready to be physical.
You shut your damn mouth!
We were gutted when they broke up, especially after learning that Sheldon had other plans.
Well, Gollum, you're an expert on rings. What do I do with this one?
In season 10, while Amy's away, Ramona Nowitzki returns to Sheldon's life. After she kisses him, he excuses himself and embarks on a mysterious journey. We were just as surprised as Amy to hear those 3 knocks on her door.
Amy? Amy? Amy?
Even more so when she opened it, and there he was on one knee.
Will you marry me?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Sheldon catches his mom with a gentleman caller. Given everything we knew about Mary, this definitely took us by surprise.
We're leaving right now.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Sheldon, tell me what's going on.
I saw my mommy with a naked man and she was trying to be a mommy again.
Penny's married? What happens in Vegas does not always stay in Vegas.
We had one of those silly fake weddings.
Penny, you know those are real, right?
No, they're not.
Leonard slaps Sheldon. We could feel the years of pent-up frustration reverberate through that slap.
Can you believe it?
That's a good point. What if I'm dreaming?
Mark Hamill shows up. The series boasts an impressive who's who of guest stars, but this one took our shock levels to a galaxy far, far away.
I'm gonna need a minute.
Beverly kisses Sheldon. We knew they'd connected, but not quite that intimately.
Speaking of warm feelings, come here. No, I'd rather have the busboy.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Leonard forgives his mom. To say that Leonard and his mom have a tricky relationship would be a monumental understatement. We often saw how her distant parenting style shaped his childhood and continued to hurt him in adulthood.
I can't believe this.
What? You seem angry.
Of course I'm angry!
In the final season, Leonard believes they're finally growing closer, only to be bitterly let down once more. Like Leonard, we were all fired up for a reckoning that was a long time coming.
I see. So you're here to tell me all the ways that I failed you as a mother.
Yeah. And get comfortable, because it's a long list.
However, we were stunned when he chose to forgive her instead. He realizes she'll never change, and the only way to heal his pain is to let it go.
I forgive you.
I didn't ask you to forgive
Too
me.
bad. I forgive you anyway. And I forgive myself for taking so long to do it. Oh my God, that feels so good.
It's a poignant moment made even more powerful by Johnny Galecki and Christine Baranski's phenomenal acting. Which moment sent a big bang of shockwaves through you? Let us know in the comments.
I thought I was okay, but it turns out I'm not. Okay.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.